Hey, Bears fans! It is time to dive deep into everything happening with our Chicago Bears as we head into the off-season, and trust me, there is a lot to unpack. First, let's talk about the edge rusher situation, which has been a hot topic lately. The Bears have a clear need to bolster their pass rush, and two names have dominated conversations among fans and analysts alike: Trey Hendrickson and Max Crosby. Both of these players have proven to be among the most impactful defensive edges in the league over the past few seasons, and naturally, the question is who makes the most sense for Chicago to target. The situation is complicated, though, because while both players offer elite production, there are key differences that could influence the Bears' decision this offseason. Trey Hendrickson is a free agent, 31 years old, and has had some injury concerns, most notably a hip issue that ended his season early despite a strong start with the Bengals. On the other hand, Max Crosby, 28, remains a younger option who could bring sustained production over several seasons. If the Bears are willing to trade for him, considering Hendrickson, it is clear that he brings a lot to the table. In the first 7 games of his last season, he recorded 16 total tackles, 11 solo, 1 pass deflection, 8 quarterback hits, 3 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks, in addition to forcing a fumble. Those numbers show what he is capable of when healthy. And that is the crux of the matter: his availability at this stage in his career. Injuries and wear and tear become a significant factor, especially for a defensive edge who relies on explosiveness and quick bursts to get to the quarterback. He also commands a significant salary, with reports suggesting upwards of $28 million per year, which is a lot to commit to a player with a history of injuries and over 30 years old. Still, there is value in his familiarity with Dennis Allen's defense, having spent the first 4 seasons of his career under Allen. That kind of system knowledge can be invaluable, as it means he could step in without much of a learning curve, potentially elevating the defense immediately. The Bears will have to weigh that against the financial commitment and injury risk, deciding if the potential reward is worth the gamble. Max Crosby, on the other hand, presents a slightly different proposition. While younger and slightly less proven at the very top level, he has shown the ability to produce consistently even when dealing with injuries. Last season, Crosby racked up 73 total tackles, 45 solo, 1 interception, 28 quarterback hits, 20 tackles for loss, 10 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Those are impressive numbers for someone who played through adversity and demonstrated consistent impact in both pass rushing and run-stopping situations. The 3-year age difference compared to Hendrickson is meaningful, as it implies more years of productive football ahead, assuming he can stay healthy. Furthermore, Crosby's skill set allows him to be versatile, contributing in multiple defensive fronts and making plays that extend beyond the sack totals. For Bears fans, the choice between Hendrickson and Crosby isn't just about immediate impact, but also about long-term strategy, balancing the need for a proven veteran against the potential of a younger player who can grow with the team beyond just individual players. The discussion also brings up a larger point about how the Bears should approach roster construction. Fans remember the so-called Bandage Bears era when short-term fixes and veteran additions really masked larger deficiencies. Back in 2017 and 2018, the team leaned heavily on veteran acquisitions like Khalil Mack, sometimes at the expense of developing younger players through the draft. That approach created a team that could have flashes of excellence, but struggled with consistency over multiple seasons. The key lesson for the current Bears front office is to avoid repeating those mistakes. A balanced strategy is necessary, one that mixes high-upside rookies on cost-controlled contracts with select veteran acquisitions who can complement the core rather than dominate resources and limit flexibility. The last thing Bears fans want is a repeat cycle where 1 or 2 seasons of excitement are followed by a multi-year downturn. This brings us to the draft and the opportunities there. Chicago has been closely monitoring standout prospects who could immediately impact the team's pass rush. Players like Kyan McDaniel-McDonald out of Ohio State and Zion Young out of Missouri have caught the attention of the Bears front office. Zion Young, in particular, has generated buzz for his combination of size, athleticism, and production. Standing 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 162 pounds, Young has yet to even enter an NFL strength and conditioning program, which means his potential is immense. At 22 years old, he has shown consistent production, recording 40 total tackles, 20 solo to pass deflections, 22 quarterback hits, 16.5 tackles for loss, 6.5 sacks, and for forced fumbles in his last season. His ability to disrupt both the run and the pass makes him a valuable asset for a defensive scheme that demands versatility and aggression, traits that fit perfectly with Dennis Allen's complex system. Acquiring a player like Young through the draft allows the Bears to inject youth and athleticism into the roster without sacrificing long-term flexibility, which has been a challenge in recent years. Adding to the excitement are the rookie and young players who have already made significant impacts. Colston Loveland, a first-round rookie tight end, and veteran Joe Thuney have both been recognized in Sports Illustrated's top 100 players, entering the upcoming season, ranking 58 and 62 respectively. That recognition speaks volumes about the immediate impact these players have had on the field. Loveland's combination of size, athleticism, and reliable hands draws comparisons to some of the league's elite tight ends, while Thuney continues to demonstrate his Pro Bowl caliber play and ability to contribute at a high level. The fact that these players are already making waves in their first season with the Bears underscores the potential of building a roster that blends young talent with strategic veteran additions. Their performances also highlight the importance of not just focusing on one area of the team, but ensuring that all facets of offense, defense, and special teams are strengthened through thoughtful roster moves and draft picks. With free agency, trades, and the draft all looming, the Bears are in a position to make significant strides. But careful planning will be essential. The edge rusher position is a priority, and whether the team goes after a veteran like Hendrickson, a slightly younger star like Crosby, or invests in a draft prospect like Zion Young, the overarching goal must be to create sustainable success rather than temporary fixes. The lessons of past seasons, both the successes and failures, provide a roadmap for how to approach this offseason, balancing immediate needs with the potential for long-term growth. Fans should expect a strategic approach from Ryan Poles and the front office, leveraging both the draft and free agency to build a team that can compete year after year. The excitement doesn't stop there, as the Bears continue to evaluate all areas of need. Defensive impact, particularly in the front seven, remains a top priority. Finding players who can pressure the quarterback, disrupt running games, and create turnovers will set the tone for a defense that can consistently compete in the league. Meanwhile, offensive skill positions, young talent, and depth are equally critical, and integrating these pieces seamlessly will be a challenge that the coaching staff must navigate carefully. Dennis Allen's system demands intelligence, adaptability, and athleticism, so players who can quickly learn and execute complex schemes will be invaluable. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most pivotal in recent Bears history, with the potential to redefine the trajectory of the team for years to come. As we continue diving into the Bears' offseason moves, the focus remains firmly on building a defense that can dominate both the line of scrimmage and the backfield. The team's attention to edge rushers is just one piece of the puzzle, and there's no shortage of strategy in how Chicago plans to approach this critical position. With the likes of Trey Hendrickson and Max Crosby available, the decision comes down to balancing risk, potential, and long-term benefit. Hendrickson, despite his recent injury, offers immediate high-level production and familiarity with Dennis Allen's system, which could translate to an instant upgrade on game days. Crosby, meanwhile, presents a younger, healthier option with the potential to be a consistent force for multiple seasons. The Bears have to weigh these factors carefully, considering the salary cap implications, roster flexibility, and the need to complement a defensive line that already has promising talent beyond free agency. The draft represents an incredible opportunity for Chicago to inject young, high-upside players into the roster. Scouts and analysts have been buzzing about the standout edge prospects, particularly Zion Young from Missouri. Young's combination of size, athleticism, and relentless motor makes him a prototype fit for Dennis Allen's aggressive defensive schemes. Standing 6 feet 4 inches and weighing 162 pounds, Young has shown the ability to disrupt both run and pass plays, recording impressive stats that include 22 quarterback hits, 16.5 tackles for loss, and 6.5 sacks last season. These numbers highlight not just his talent, but also his instinct for finding the backfield, a trait that will be critical for the Bears as they look to improve their pass rush and overall defensive efficiency. Young's development in the NFL weight room and under the guidance of Chicago's coaching staff could elevate him into a dominant edge presence for years to come. While edge rushers dominate headlines, The Bears are also focusing on building depth across the entire defensive unit. Young linebackers and secondary players are being evaluated not just for immediate impact, but for their ability to grow within the system. Players like Montez Sweat and Austin Booker are expected to benefit from the presence of impactful newcomers, as they can create opportunities for more aggressive schemes and versatile defensive alignments. The goal is to create a cohesive unit that can pressure quarterbacks, stop the run, and generate turnovers consistently. In recent seasons, the Bears have struggled to maintain this balance, often relying on a few standout players to carry the defense. The new approach emphasizes sustainable depth, which can absorb injuries and provide consistent performance throughout the grueling NFL schedule. On the offensive side of the ball, attention remains on building around emerging stars who have already proven their worth. Rookie tight end Colston Loveland has impressed from day one, earning recognition as one of the top rookies in recent memory. At 6 feet 6 inches and 241 pounds, Loveland combines elite athleticism with reliable hands, drawing comparisons to some of the league's top tight ends. His ability to create mismatches in the passing game, along with his contributions in blocking, makes him a versatile weapon for the Bears' offense. Veteran Joe Thuney, a 33-year-old powerhouse, has also made an immediate impact, extending his streak of high-level performance with a new team while providing leadership and stability to the roster. Together, these two players represent a bridge between youth and experience, showing how effective the Bears can be when integrating young talent with proven veterans. The strategy for the Bears offseason extends beyond just signing big names or drafting top prospects. It is about creating a system where players can thrive, adapt, and grow together. Defensive cohesion, offensive versatility, and special teams efficiency are all critical components of building a team capable of competing consistently. The front office is acutely aware of the mistakes of the past, where reliance on veteran acquisitions without developing young talent led to short-lived success, followed by multi-year declines. This time, the emphasis is on sustainable roster construction, where draft picks are maximized, high-upside rookies are developed, and veterans are strategically added to complement the existing core. It's a holistic approach aimed at creating a competitive team that can consistently challenge for playoff contention. Returning to the edge rusher discussion, the comparisons between Hendrickson and Crosby highlight the nuanced decisions facing the Bears. Hendrickson offers immediate production and familiarity with the defensive system, but comes with risk due to age and injury history. Crosby provides a younger, healthier option with multiple years of potential, though possibly requiring an adjustment period to fit fully into Dennis Allen's scheme. The choice is not just about who will bring the most sacks, but also about who will integrate seamlessly with the defensive line, motivate younger players, and sustain performance over several seasons. These considerations reflect a broader philosophy of building a team that can compete year after year, rather than seeking short-term fixes that may lead to inconsistency. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Chicago Bears locker room has reportedly erupted into chaos, with whispers of internal conflict now spilling into the public eye. Sources close to the team claim that general manager Ryan Poles made a dramatic decision to cut a star player following a heated altercation in the locker room. The incident, described by insiders as explosive, is said to have prompted Poles to take swift and decisive action, allegedly stating, "He is out of here." While the identity of the player has not been officially confirmed, speculation is running rampant across social media and sports talk shows. Analysts are debating the potential ramifications for the Bears season, suggesting that a move of this magnitude could ripple through the roster and destabilize team morale. The tension reportedly stems from a confrontation during a post-practice meeting, with teammates and staff caught off guard by the intensity of the exchange. Some sources suggest this was not an isolated incident, but rather the culmination of ongoing disagreements between the player and management. The decision has left fans and commentators alike questioning the Bears' locker room dynamics under Poles' leadership. Critics argue that such public drama could undermine the team's cohesion, while others see it as a bold assertion of authority in a franchise that has struggled to find consistency in recent years. The speculation continues. Could this be the beginning of a broader shake-up, or an isolated disciplinary move meant to send a message to the rest of the squad? Insiders hint that POLES' move reflects a new zero-tolerance approach to conflicts, aiming to maintain control over a team long plagued by off-field distractions. Meanwhile, the players' next steps are shrouded in mystery, with rumors of potential trades or interest from rival teams already circulating. As the Bears navigate this turbulent moment, fans are left with more questions than answers, eagerly awaiting official statements that may never fully clarify the drama behind closed doors. One thing appears certain: Chicago's locker room landscape has shifted, and the reverberations of POLES' decision will be felt for weeks to come. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.